Okay, so we are on the 8th of April. It is Monday and it is currently 15 minutes past 3, well into the New York session. So let's get down with some analysis for the week ahead. First and foremost, on the GBP AUD, we have broke 1.8400 once again. As we broke into this mini region on the Thursday, Friday we retested it, didn't really go too far. Did make a new weekly low though. We did make a new low towards the end of the week as we had the gap down on the Sunday. Price pulled all the way up at 100 pip rally, 150 pip rally, and then we came back down, more or less closing where we opened. So as you can see here, that the candlestick for last week's closure was in fact relatively weak. So what I'm now looking for the week ahead is the moving averages maybe to cross over, but as we stall up this level, 1.8287, I do think that from one test into the highs, secondary test into 8.4, we are now looking to go lower. Weekly time frame, moving averages are down. Let's go into the 4-hourly. MAs are also down here. What we do need to do though is break the weekly open of last Sunday, not the Sunday just gone, the Sunday on the 2nd of April. So roll through. We need a break. Next target zone to be magnetized into is 8200. I've simply gone onto the daily time frame with this and I've looked at where liquidity lies, and we can see that upon the break of the moving average, we had the wick spike come through off the doji candle. Then the next candlestick we had the spike through and close back above. Then we also retested that region. So what I'm looking for now is GBP AUD to come into 8.2 and maybe 8.160, 8.170. We could maybe even say that the entire wick region right here, the market can fall as deeply into 8.1. With that being said, from there onward, we have also 1.8, which is a huge psychological level and has been for the pair for many, many weeks and many, many months, and that's more or less experience-based. What I can see now is we have the lower swing high, lower swing high. From there onward, I did pull up this setup before, from the highs into the low. What we actually see is from point A down to point B on the fib, we actually respected the 61.8 extremely well as market rallied more or less into 50% of the 61 and 78.6. Target projections, target 1, let's just remove them. Let's take that off. Our first primary target is the minus 27, coming in at 1.8165, and just above more or less 8.150. But look where that lies. We do have a nice confluence building for our targets. So we are looking for lower pricing on GA. We're at 1.8150 from current market prices, around 160, 170 pips. So let's see how this one plays out. I do hope that this area will snap and we will see further downside momentum. As I say, the MAs are down on the 4-hourly, they're down also on the daily. And from the moving average videos in section 1, this is ideal setup and scenario to carry the trade forward, which is also going to be following the overall momentum, using the moving averages to filter out the trend. And as you can see here on the hourly too, we are looking as if we are ready to just snap right into that fib region. So interesting chart setup today on the Monday, a lot better than last week. We do have more clarity, and let's see how this one plays out. Hey guys, quick catch up. April the 10th, it's Wednesday and it's currently 7:50 here in London PM, coming out of the US session now. As you can see, let's start with the GBP AUD as a wrap up from last Monday. Man, I've been recording so much, I'm losing track of days right now, but here we are. What we can clearly see is the level in which we were waiting to break, 8.400, was clearly broken. If I go ahead and just remove some of these lines for a second, and this one here too. What we can see over here on GA is that we had the liquidity spot right there where we need to come and pick up orders, and the market is going to be pushed into. So there's going to be a lot of potential around this region, either for a make or break. And now after coming into the region below 1.8400, as you can see, market price here on the right, 1.8266. What does this tell us? First and foremost, if I put my crosshair at 8.4, you can see when we broke through, retest into the 8 EMA, price squabbled to the side a little piece, and now as you can see, we are heading lower on that time frame. This was all derived obviously from the notion of the last weekly candle spiking all the way through but closing below. What we can also see is that the GA on the 4 hourly, what we can maybe apply here is simple trend line tactic. So the wick we have 1, that can be our outer trend line, and then boom into, if we keep this there from 0.1 to 0.2, 0.3, and then we have the fake out right there. MAs are down on the 4 hourly, they're down on the daily. We want to more or less ride and follow that trend. Remember, my target 8200, 8300 was a small psychological barrier for the pair, but we managed to actually roll back to the downside. So simply put, with this one, looking at this chart, we have the huge liquidity zone. We can come out as low as 1.8097, or we can drive into the 1.8 region in itself, which is just on the tip of the spikes here, and it's also a psychological level. So again, psychological levels, we're running from one level to the other level, one level to the other level. Intraday price action, we do have a few small intraday layers which you can just simply add on here. As you can see, we're going from the finer detailing right there, from the top into the top, and then again spike just below, and we are more or less heading back below the trend line now. What we do need is, where my crosshair is, we do need this area to break through. Upon a clear end breakthrough of this zone, we will be heading a lot lower. So pretty decent chart analysis, and the trader had on the 4 hour time frame from all the way up here, as you can see, melted to more or less its destination, and now we're waiting for lower pricing. So quite straightforward video. I'll catch back on Friday with this one. So far so good. Hey everybody, I'm recording this market closure on Friday, April 12th. I had a bit of a busy day, a few things going on, so I could only really catch up on the markets. The recording, sorry, more or less late on in the evening. So let's look at GA. So from the daily on the right-hand chart, it looks as if it's in, more or less a consistent uptrend on this side of the fence, the Astro flip. So, I mean, if we look at the 3 daily wicks, we had this, more or less this region, which I'll get into in a moment. But if you look at the day, wick, 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 look at these. Where's it spiking into? 1.8350. 1.8350, guys. Sorry. Just there. 4 wicks into 8.450. 8.350. Now, we've cleared the highs. Okay. Remember, this is the flip chart. I'm just giving you an alternative imprint into the mind as to where this looks as if it's going right now, and we are pushing into this region. We do have huge wick here, but we also have this high. So as mentioned on GA a few times, let's go to the standard chart. We can clearly see market has been swing, lower swing high. We have a bunch of intermediate, okay, zooming in, we have a bunch of intermediate high points. When I say intermediate, I mean the volatility and the volume when it comes into this area. Boom, stop straight away. Boom, stop straight away. Even here, we came up to the top end, stopped again, one more, and then we rolled over. The initial trade setup as we come into, remember the target was 8.2. It's more or less been completed from 8.5. So that's 300 pip move to the downside there on GA. I'm looking for now 1.8100, guys, as we sink into, let's look at the day on this one, as we sink into the lower region, perhaps maybe even 1.8. We've been through this before. But moral of the story here, the catch up, the downside momentum has continued as expected. We've had multiple retests of the moving average, the 8 EMA moving average are converged to the downside on the daily and the 4 hourly. We had, as I say, all of these points driving into liquidity right at 1.8350. Various confluences there. I hope you're getting this by now. And as you can see, we broke back below the MAs, and now we are looking to sink to the downside. The weekly candle, remember from the start of last week, I did say we're looking at a rollover because we couldn't close above 8.400, and that is exactly what we're getting here. Couldn't close above 8.400. Market retested 8.4 again. Boom, and then as you can see, moving averages are coming close together, but I do believe this thing can start to really tank now to the downside. So we had the highs, we took out the base of more or less the momentum, turned around, we had the spike to the upside, couldn't close below 8400, retested 8400 again, rolled over, and now we're looking to sink into 1.8 and beyond. So far so good. We'll catch back up on this one Monday afternoon, Monday evening, to see what the price action has in store for us for the week ahead.